The Old Gold and Black recently posted an article which had a sentence in it, among other problematic statements, that said, "Nobody parties at the barn anymore."
Come on.
I find that funny because I've been to parties at the barn this semester. We're in the barn right now and there's a party here tonight. I've been to quite a few parties and quite recently.
You better speak on
what
it.
they mean is that nobody who matters is having a party at the barn. Nobody who's anybody party at the barn. Because when black students use the venue, their nobody's invisible except for advertising. Because when they sell the school to the highest bidder, to the CEO's daughter and the father who owns acres of farmland, they'll put my picture from the Forest Folk in the front of the brochure to make sure that they show those promising young prospective students that they have diversity.
Talk about it.
I'm an anomaly, but Wake will use me as a prop to sell a promise.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hey, listen, we just get started. Let's go. Let me stop.
But using a black body for profit without consent isn't anything new.
True.
When I see groups of young minority students touring the school, I want to tell them, you're visible now, walking around in groups, big groups of brown bodies, but when you get here and the crowd of black faces around you dissipates to a stream of white ones, you'll be both starkly visible and invisible at the same time. I want to tell them that you're being tricked. When you go to the pit, it will look like the modern version of a plantation. White men yelling and ordering around their new black slaves, sharing their private business in front of the world, talking down to new hires like, do you know what bi-weekly pay is? That means you get paid every other week. Now let me know you understand what that means. I've heard this. There are people that might as well be people you know back home struggling to get by. I want to tell these students that there are different worlds within Wake, all viable but not all visible. That the one-year cheerful tour guide sells you isn't the same thing you'll encounter when you get here. The overnight stay you had is a setup, and nobody will tell you because we were told to sell this thing to you too. And lying isn't something that my mama told me to do. If you, prospective student like me, are one of the black kids that has always been called white, maybe for the first time here you will feel starkly black. Maybe for the first time that you go to a police-free white frat party in the lounges. If you're a black girl, they'll let you in, and all the boys will keep talking about is your hair and skin because y'all know I'm pretty for a black girl. But don't get me started. If you're a black boy trying to go to the same frat party, they hesitate, lock you out because you don't belong. Maybe when you go to a party in the barn, a black party, and there's no alcohol like there was at the frat you just frequented, yet somehow there are police everywhere. You'll feel insulted, but decide to have a good time anyway because what can you do about it? Police at the party are police seeking out the threats, police taking a video or two, because I've seen this with my own eyes, taking a video or two on their personal cell phones to show their buddies in town later, look at these coons. White hero, black beast, black bodies ready to be policed. There is a very specific kind of culture here. Do you know how to conform? When you ask why you feel shut off from the world around you, you'll be told it's just you and that you should join more clubs because you'll meet more people. You're not involved enough, try harder, do more, do more, do more. I want to tell black perspectives it's not true about trying harder. It's about being smarter, knowing that the world that you want to be let into won't ever let you in. They told you you would enter community, but lying is a sin. Learn to be okay with it, settle in, we're here for the long haul. You see, Wake will make sure you sign the dotted line on those loan papers, because after that there are no do-overs. Saddle with debt, slave to it till they got your borrowed bucks to build new dorms. The one you live in has mold in it that makes you sick. They had no reason, but I stayed for the name, for the fame, for the way people's eyes widened when I told them I went to Wake Forest. And I knew they were wondering where I got the money to pay for it. I just didn't mention that now I'm saddled in debt and they treat me differently once they found out I didn't go to a community college like they expected me to. I was tired of being thought of as less, so I decided that I would prove I was more. That may be my undoing. I stayed for the study abroad program, which has been my best semester at Wake by far, and is hands down my favorite thing about the school. But if I had a shot at a second chance, I might not choose the same thing twice. You see, Wake will teach you a lot about yourself, and more than it teaches you about the world. I never used to see the world in color the way I do now, or know words like privilege and intersectionality to express the cards stacked up against me. See, Wake will teach you how to advocate for yourself, how to go to financial aid and get more work study hours when your job only gave you 4. They promised you 10. And you need that money to pay your prepaid cell phone bill. See, Wake will teach you about the world you're about to go into, because that world won't look like your neighborhood or your church congregation or your hair salon. Wake will build a community between yourself and the other black students. Even if you don't know them, you'll smile and wave because we've all got each other's backs. Wake will teach you that in the end you'll come out on top by fighting through. Did any of us know what we were getting ourselves into? Among the intersectionality of worlds at Wake, among the privilege and the prejudice, among the long nights spent writing papers and the class debates, among these spoken words, among the streets of London near the Worrell House, among the women who have become my mothers in the pit, and the conflict and the tears and the courage it takes to try. This is my world, our world. Welcome, welcome to my wake.